Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup where we're going to talk about all these different things that are popping up in and out of football. And for instance, we've got Lavia, who's been linked with us for the previous 4 weeks, and I've just seen, I saw this last night and I thought I'd wait until today because there was the Caicedo news last night, but apparently he's got a medical set for to go to Chelsea this week. And once he completes the medical, he'll be a Chelsea player. So not only will he got Caicedo, but he's got Lavia as well. What does this mean in terms of us then? And I'm genuinely asking this as a serious question. I'm trying to not even flip because I don't think there's any point, especially when you anticipated something like this coming. And even I didn't anticipate it was going to be this bad. I thought if we just got Sobbo, McAllister and Lavia, I thought that would have been a below good transfer window, above average. Nothing too spectacular, but I suppose slightly exceeded my expectations going into it. But now it's actually dramatically dropped because when you think about our first 3, 4, 5 targets in midfield, we've missed out on them all. We wanted Tuchemani, missed out on him. We wanted Jude Bellingham, missed out on him. Caicedo and Lavia can now be added to that list. You could even argue Ugarte, who ended up going to friggin' PSG because we ended up peeing off his ex-team Sporting Lisbon. It's just crazy to me that we've been able... Because people say to me, well, James... FSG tried. They tried to get Caicedo for 110 million. So you can't blame them for not getting him. Well, absolutely, yeah, you can. Because, first of all, you're the one who plans the negotiations around these deals. Why didn't you go and get Caicedo or talk to Caicedo prior to Chelsea talking to him? Or why didn't you talk to him earlier, at least, while Chelsea had those problems? Why did you not go out and spend the 50 million on Lavia when you knew we needed a new CDM, in your own words, prior to pre-season? This is just, to me, FSG do it to themselves. First they'll say, okay, we want players before pre-season, want business done before pre-season, and then they'll still go ahead and sell Jordan Henderson and Fabinho and let go of James Milner, even though Jurgen Klopp wanted to keep him. And they'll do this because obviously they think they're going to be moving forward with the direction of the football club, which is great. I said it plenty over the summer. Out with the old, in with the new. And let's hope that this actually reinforces the urgency of a rebuild. But it hasn't done so. In fact, it's done the opposite. What it's done is it's got us in a much worse position in terms of squad depth. I'm now seeing James Milner playing for Brighton and I'm thinking, we could do with him. And I'm being deadly. If you watch James Milner's debut for Brighton in the Prem, you think we could have done with that against Chelsea. He's someone who can win battles in the midfield. And I do always think there was a method to the madness of Klopp wanting to keep Milner. I don't think it was ever the fact that James Milner was the best option there is, the best option there was, and the best option there ever will be. But James Milner was reliable at any position that you played him. He could always do a job. And Jurgen Klopp probably knew he was never going to be replaced. The same way Fabinho and Henderson haven't even been replaced. So how the frick are we going to replace James Milner? And when I say replace James Milner, I mean someone who's versatile, can do a job. You know, when you think of James Milner, you know, and then you think of those well-versed players. I don't want to take the mick, but I mean even players like Cancelo, left back, right back, centre mid. Of course, more technical than James Milner, but versatile. Marcos Llorente, right mid, right back, CDM, versatile. Someone who can do a job in multiple positions. And I do think that's why James Milner was such a massive servant to Klopp. And in hindsight, I'd have kept James Milner. I know that sounds wild, but just seeing the business that we've done, guys, I think it would have been beneficial to at least have him as an option. Do you? Let me know if that's a bit of a crackhead statement, because I know a lot of people were sick of James Milner, but I just think it's better to have someone there than absolutely no one at all. And obviously, he'd be the captain right now, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not trying to be too sour. I just hate the fact that we've let Chelsea do this to us. And it's our fault. We had free reign at Lavia, free reign for 4 weeks. And then we decided to get all special and dicey because we couldn't be bothered paying an extra 5 million for some reason, which is wild to me. So now we've missed out on two... Well, actually, I don't want to fully say that with confirmation. I don't want to sit here and say, like, oh yeah, there's no chance we can go and get Lavia between now and the end of the week. Maybe if we get a better offer accepted by Southampton, which would need to be excess of 50 million. It's no longer just 50 million, it'd need to be more than 50 million. So for those reasons... The lack of planning is what's got us here. The fact that we've been so poor when it comes to the structure of the transfer window is really bad. The amount of contradictions doesn't look good on the club. Going forward, it's going to set a bad precedence for new signings, and clubs are going to probably take the mick out of us a little bit more. Oh, and by the way, rightly so. Because when you work with people who are basically divvies, you're probably going to treat them like divvies. And I think that would be ludicrous for any club to give us any respect on a transfer front right now. And if I was any other club, I'm looking at FSG thinking, I'm going to milk you for every one of those £110 million that you've got, mate. So, yeah, it's not a good position we see ourselves in. Bear in mind, we still need 3 more players. And it is 3 more players. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's 3 more players. And we're not going to get that. So, I am curious to see how it goes. I'm not trying to be overly negative, but then I sit there and I think, well, if we've missed out on our top 4 or 5 priority targets, then don't you think that's a bit of an issue, you know? Guys, let me know what you think. I'm trying to see a positive thing. This is why I like the comment section. I think it's boss when the people can comment and say, listen, James, you're wrong for this, or FSG are boss for this. And even though I never tend to agree with the FSG or boss comments, I really, really don't. I think people take it too far. And I think when people say to me, James, you neglect the good stuff about FSG, I will then respond and say, well, you're neglecting the bad. Because there's way more bad than good, at least in my opinion. And then you'll break it down with them and they'll say, okay, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. But now you're still mentioning the good. It's like if your kid's a little shit, the 90% of the time, but 10% of the time he's good, so you think he's a good kid. Well, based on the scales, he's not really a good kid, is he? So, guys, I'm trying to make us all see the same page as well. At least if you don't think FSG are bad, then you can at least see it through a lens, while a lot of people do think they're bad. And they know they're doing bad. You can tell by their publicity stunts at the moment. They got desperate around Caicedo, which is why they made Jurgen Klopp announce that we had an agreement with Brighton, which was pathetic, because we know Jurgen Klopp's style is not to come out and announce transfers prior to them actually being fully complete. In this case, it weren't complete with Caicedo. And then, of course, you've got John Henry flying all the way to London, doing a madness for absolutely no reason. Apparently, it was to get the Caicedo deal done. Apparently, it was to go and get Todd Bowley done for FFP. Both of those things have failed to fuck. So how come he came? I'm still waiting to know, because did he just come to watch the game? Because if he came to watch the game, hopefully if he has any understanding of football, he knows we need players, he knows we'll need at least defensive options. Like, come on, guys. You could even argue we still need another centre mid. I don't think as much, but I still think we could do it. It's just one of those things, though, Chel. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. We've got one of the smallest squads in the Premier League. And now I'm tired because of all this business. So yeah, I'm rattled. I'm rattled majorly, fam. I am a fuming scouser. Oh my goodness. We've been fully bent over by Chelsea twice now as well. 3 times in a way, because, you know, we got a draw against them. And not that I felt like we fully deserved to win. I didn't even think we played that well, but, you know, it would have been nice to be able to walk away with 1 W against Chelsea this week, and we have failed miserably. I feel like we're 0-3. Anyway, guys, smash a like. Subscribe to JRTV. Let me know what you think about potentially missing Lavia and Caicedo. Just to confirm, it's not fully done, but neither was Caicedo until it was. So we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.